So it's the unofficial start of the summer season. It's the unofficial start of the summer trading season as well. And we're speaking about maybe lower volume, lower volatility, less action, less eyeballs in general on the market. We're going to give you guys some tips on how to trade successfully in the summer. And I think more important, guys, how to avoid maybe over trading or being involved in things when you shouldn't be. And, you know, we get past that 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning type of time frame. Things really tend to die down in the summer. So let's jump into what we should be focusing on as we head into summer trading season.
Absolutely. Look, people say, you know, sell in May and go away, and you've heard that term before probably a million times through in the markets. And I'll show you NIO here because I want to jump right into this. I do have volume on the bottom of this chart. You can see just, you know, tons in December of 2019, big spike up in February here. You can go to July going into 2020. But, you know, every time you get into May, there's dead volume and sideways action. It was definitely the case here before a midsummer breakout in NIO. And I think just because you have bigger, more volatile moves, you start to think about how do you adjust, anticipating some of that. Because if you anticipate that same thing, well, then suddenly tops like this 46 and this 30 bottom, you know, they could hold a little bit longer than you anticipate. So first things first, you want a catalyst. NIO had deliveries today, so it's done over 50 million shares by lunchtime. It's up 7% in this particular session, but the follow-through can be a little bit slower. So if you're taking swing trades that say break above the 50 period, you get in when it closes above, you might just think that it takes few months as opposed to a few weeks to get you those bigger outside moves. It's like 20, 25%, things of that nature. So first things first, find yourself a catalyst, observe the patterns from previous years so that you can anticipate when breakouts might happen a little bit later on in that summer once you've identified a stock with a catalyst. But try not to overtrade things that don't have something behind them, Sean.
Yeah, no, I mean, 100%. And that was actually bringing me to my very next point. I have a few points here, but like today, for example, you know, it's June 1st, so getting ready for summertime trading. And I've made my most executions on AMC today, right? Go to the stocks that have volume. AMC's not going to care if it's summer, fall, spring, whatever month it is. So, you know, look to trade stocks that are moving. And always, if there's no more important time to find a watch list, find something like, you know, these sticky notes that I post up on Twitter all the time. You want to have some ideas and you want to be able to trade things that are moving. You know, that's the big suggestion here. If you're just going to look for, hey, I'm looking for an exciting summer. We may have one because of the pandemic and the reopening. There's a whole bunch of things happening, but ultimately you want to trade names that are moving. Check out this chart right here, guys. Monthly average S&P index returns. So, you know, S&P is a cool cat. Every single month, pretty much up. Forget about June, but hey, June and July, you know, 1% there, 0.06 down. So, you know, that's a good little combo there. But what about August and September as we get into like, you know, really slow down periods, people coming back to school, then it gets ramped up here for the fall. So if you look, it's kind of a crapshoot as we look at the summer months here. You know, you add this all up, it's still positive, but nowhere near, you know, every other month. So this is a good little look here. It only goes to April 2017, so it's a little old data, but the point is, you know, summertime, slower months, we're not expecting those huge, crazy returns. But if you trade the right names, then it's going to feel like, you know, all year round party time, especially if you're looking at AMC, GameStops. That's a good one with NIO as well. Tesla, maybe another name, Brendan.
Now, let's take a second here, guys, then. And so now we understand that, you know, volume's going to be down, volatility most likely going to follow that to the downside, which means we have to narrow our focus, I should say, and be very aware that after a certain period in the morning, we might want to be done with trading for the day and kind of walk away with the initial move. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about what we could maybe see moving around this summer. And I speak of, you know, the reopening type trades, the electric vehicle type trades, as we get more positive data on COVID cases dropping or continuing to go in the right direction. Where should our focus be?
You said it right there. I mean, the other thing you can start thinking about is some of the beat-up names, and I think that's why EV, and that's why I immediately came to something like an NIO, because, you know, first things first, you want something which is showing you signs of a breakout. You get positive data. You've had a monstrous pullback in NIO. I mean, well, in the entire, I guess, EV space, which has become quite crowded. But those aren't the only names that we can give to you, because you look at something like like a plug power. I can just jump to you live because I knew this was exactly what it would look like. Again, breaking back out above the 50 period after a monstrous pullback. So you start to think about what are the names that are about to possibly make some moves. So you can anticipate there being some volume, or I like this name on a catalyst. So if news does come in, or you get the right type of report, it's already on your go list, and then you're not jumping to something which doesn't have that potential breakout in it. So, try to identify some of these stocks, have a group of names that you're monitoring that you believe are in the midst of making a big potential move there, and then that's going to be half of your work instead of just chasing around. Because when volumes are low, it's very easy to come in that day and just start trying to force things, finding opportunities that aren't always there. So watch the news. There'll be some light earnings, but look for those groups of stocks, and the EV space is a fantastic one that are going to have some potential breakouts given how far they've come back.
Yeah, and on the same topic as well, I didn't even know Neil was going to do EV space there, but what about oil? Like, oil's moving again, another 3% today. If you look, I mean, here it comes moving to the downside. So your Chevrons, your XOMs, your Oxys, we talk about that as well. Here's a daily chart for crude. So, up and away here. And again, remember with the summertime months, I mean, you get a lot of rhetoric about traveling, airlines now coming back into play for oil. They consume a ton of oil as well. That's funny. Remember when oil went negative? Yeah, there it is. So we're going to wait out for this one. But oil right now near multi-year highs again. So $68, $69, $70. Definitely some plays available here in the oil space. So that's a little bit to go along with that EV recommendation.
And on the reopening side of things as well, right? We get, more people able to get out and go and see family, go on road trips, go on vacations throughout the summer. So demand will increase for energy products right across the board. So the energy sector, a great one. But just to sum up, guys, expect things to be slower in general. Expect volume to be lower right across the board. And that's going to bring volatility as well to the downside. So you got to focus on things with a catalyst. What Neil said right off the bat, watch the news, watch out for things that are moving with a catalyst, and then focus on the initial move right off the bat in the morning. Don't stick around and try and trade throughout the lunchtime period, and then maybe come back for the last hour of the day as well, where we see some action pick up. So there we go, guys. 5 secrets to help you get through summer trading in 2020. Let's go to Valeria.
Hey guys, thank you for this helpful information. Dear viewers, please subscribe to this channel to see more great videos.